Oh, what a rush. I just shot my first buck. I think we're safe. There's nothing on fire.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
We'll smoke them out.
First one.
First one. That's a Jew.
Let's get him down and dressed so we can go get another one.
It's late November. The air hung warm and heavy, thick enough to taste, weather that had no business creeping into a hunting season. However, unbeknownst to me and against all odds, fate was already at work. I'm about to step into the most unforgettable experience of my life. So let's turn back the clock, back before the chaos, before the chain of misfortunes that guided me to my very first buck.
All right, the fun part. Loading the barge. What a beautiful day. Jay's got the rover all packed up. He's gonna head out a day early. Okay. We are loading up for about a 4-day trip. We usually pack a bit of extra food and supplies just in case we have to extend our stay a little longer, or in case I have a snack attack on one of these long dark nights. In fact, we only get about 8 hours of daylight to work with this time of year, so 2/3 of our trip will be in total darkness. Let's be clear, this is no fairy tale of a hunt, and I'm certainly not a professional. So if you're into a fresh perspective from an amateur hunter with several challenges along the way, grab yourself a beverage because you're in for one hell of an adventure. We've been preparing for what feels like all year for this trip, and we've already exhausted several weeks of hunting near home with no success. We will not take no for an answer. The season is running out. All right, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Obviously, it's pretty dark. It is what we call the ass crack of dawn, and we are about to head out on the boat. Jay left last night. We're gonna go find him. We were only an hour into our trip when our first misfortune was about to present itself. Our window wipers decided that they just weren't gonna be a part of this adventure, and that's okay because the rain stays pretty light for our travels. We're about halfway to the other dock where we're going to fill up our water tank. And this is absolutely gorgeous. It's been fairly busy traffic with water taxis and other work boats and stuff. And there's a lot of junk in the water. Oh man, this is too cool. These porpoises are just swarming the boat. So we made it to our destination. We went to fill up at our dock, which is up the bay here, and the hose was plugged up. So we just spent probably an hour? I'd say an hour.
Yeah, I'd say an hour.
Of just trucking 10-liter, what do you even call them? Jugs of water. There's probably 30 jugs of water up and down the dock, around the corner, down the hill, into the ditch. All right, pretty excited. Got a fresh change of clothes on, all dried out. Letting Dexter out for a little run and a pee. Jay's already unloaded. I think he got here last night and he already checked out another spot. He said no deer, 30 kilometers and no deer. So we're here, which I'm happy about. We're all hunkered in on the dock here, tied up tight, and just had some lunch and start putting on our hunting gear. Get ready for the afternoon, evening hunt. Jay said he already saw a 2-point and passed it up, so he must have a pretty good feeling about this, because Chelsea and I haven't even got a deer yet, and we're just about into December, which leaves 2 weeks of open season in Region 2 and about 10 days or so in Region 1. So in case some of you don't know, this is actually my first season hunting with my own tags. So I'm hoping to get my first buck. This will be my third season hunting in general. I mean, I've been just kind of tagging along and driving. I actually spotted our last 2 deer that Chelsea took. So we're hoping I can get myself my own buck this year. I think I'm ready for it. I'm sure I'm gonna get sick. I'm not too good with the blood and all that stuff, but I'm pushing myself to do better. So we love eating venison. It's our favorite go-to. It's a part of our life. So let's go get a deer.
What are your first impressions of the spot so far?
Wolf shit and no rubs.
And roads are super grown in.
And the roads are super grown in. We have a very resilient tail gunner in the truck. I don't know how he was still there by the time we made it. That poor little rover needs all 60 horsepower to get up these hills too. What do you guys think? If you find wolf shit with hair in it, are you in the right place or the wrong place? And clearly, a wolf had a deer here, but is there any more deer here? Let me know. Put it in the comments. What are you guys' thoughts? Just finished another walk. There's just wolf shit everywhere. Not really getting a lot of deer sign. I found some prints. A little bit of poop. More elk sign than anything. We don't have a tag for that.
keep looking, find some sign, work the area. Hopefully Jay had better luck. We're gonna show you guys this buck track and how we know it's a buck, not a doe. You can see here, that's the toes of his hoof, and then he's got these little rear, call them toes, I'm sure there's a fancy name. The does don't have those. And the more that's spread out, the more weight he's packing or the heavier he's moving. So that was today, we figure. Okay, kind of getting near the end of our day one hunt, and really nothing. We drove like half an hour over a mountain to where we were hunting last season. We had good sign here. In fact, there was a buck just down there last season that I saw. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I had an expectation he'd be there again, just waiting for me, right? That's what us hunters like to dream of. Well, he wasn't. We haven't seen a single rub. I think we're gonna have to hunt closer to the boat. There was a little more sign down that way.
Day one is done. We know there are deer out here, just expertly avoiding us like they owe us money. Chelsea wasn't feeling great by the time we called it a night, but the day was saved by the amazing food my mother-in-law prepped. Jay cooked it for us, which basically means he just turned on heat and added some cheese. It's only day one, so confidence is high. The deer can't hide forever. Right? Right? Morning came with a split verdict. I woke up feeling like I had slept on a cloud with mountain views delivered straight from a postcard. And Chelsea woke up feeling like she had just got run over by that same cloud. While I stood there in awe of the scenery, refreshed and ready for day two, she was negotiating with her immune system like it had just declared war. Not exactly the start we had pictured, but at least one of us was thriving.
All right, we just got back from our morning hunt. We just saw some prints this morning. Nothing too exciting, no deer. And Jay's got a mouse on his boat, so I think that's today's attack.
He probably is. Good thing he wasn't the one on your boat.
All right, afternoon hunt on day, what day is it? Day two?
Day two.
Day two. Well, no, it's the first morning though.
Yeah, well.
So that's officially day one. Day 1.5.
Hi guys, I'm sick. I skipped out on morning hunt. Wanted a little extra rest, but now I'm out with them for the afternoon as a third pair of eyes, so hopefully we can spy us a buck and take one home.
All right, I feel pretty good. I told Chelsea, let's just drive as high up as we can and look around through the binoculars. And I got out of the truck and literally just 10 seconds of glass in it. And a beautiful doe standing right in the tree line, lit right up in the sun, just looking at us. She thinks we can't see her.
Just cruising along, and suddenly a knock started happening. We look out the back and there's just blue smoke.
We're dripping quite a bit, it looks like. A lot of fuel, I think, from the throttle linkage and the fuel pump. But that felt like we lost an injector or something to me. Where's the fucking dipstick on this thing? Let's just make sure it's got oil, and I guess if it's got oil, let's at least try and get closer to the boat, because we are on the opposite side of the mountain.
The whole mountain, yeah.
Like it'd take us a day to hike back to the boat.
Yeah, we've got a mountain to go back across.
Good news is
there's oil. Environmentally friendly.
No plants were harmed. You know, we've got oil, so that's good news. That sounded bad.
It really did.
But I think it's just injector knock, which
isn't ideal, but
it's not ideal. It just means instead of 60 horsepower, we're gonna have like 40.
Do you think we'll make it up the hills?
Fuck. In low range. In low range, yeah.
Well, let's get back because we got to pick up Dad.
Fuck.
We're gonna have to start now. If it's gonna take us 100 years,
Just head back, yeah.
We're not gonna risk it. Yep.
Okay, start.
I'll video you getting in and starting it and see what happens. Do you guys hear that? My goodness.
Yeah, I'd say we lost a cylinder or something here. Doesn't sound as bad as it did right away.
Oh boy. Woo, fun. Never a dull moment. Yikes.
We'll smoke them out. Let's get a deer on the way home. Okay, so the truck's running okay for now, and we might have a leaking tire, but we're headed home. Or to the... Oh, you got a sneaky weasel. You got a sneaky, cheeky weasel. Shelter, what is it?
We made it.
It's 1987. It is.
All right, it's the end of our first full day here, and nothing but a doe, which I mean is better than nothing. So we're looking for shittier weather. Hopefully it snows tonight or something. Anyway.
Hit that hard. Day 2, we survived. Today's unfortunate events. Chelsea's struggling with a mystery sickness. We discovered a low tire, and the Land Rover reminded us just how remote we really are this weekend. Oh, and the bucks still expertly avoiding us. At least we're eating good. Thanks, Sonia.
We're on the second morning. We woke up to a flat tire. Still super calm out, a little colder. There's fish jumping behind me. Let's see if we can get a deer today. It's pretty early. It's 7:30 or 8. And daylight just showed up. I dropped Jay off. We're gonna go walk around in 2 very separate slashes. And if we hear a gunshot, we'll go find each other. So just down there is where I saw the doe yesterday. So I've been really working this area, trying to see if there's a buck nearby. This is the first time officially hunting by myself. I don't even know how to field dress an animal, so I'll probably have to, I'm just running this through my head. If I find a buck, I'm gonna have to shoot it, slit its throat. I'll probably pass out and twitch on the ground for a bit after that. And then when I come to, I'll have to drag it to the road, get it in the truck, and then go find Jay so we can field dress it. It's funny, you put so many hours out here and your mind just starts playing tricks on you. You see a spot and you're like, well, if I was a deer, yeah, I'd be in there. And then you start seeing shit in there. And there's no deer in there. Just being stupid. Yeah, the joys of hunting. It's a mind game. It's not even about finding the deer. It's more about the hunter and his own brain, patience. I don't know, tracking these things is insane. You find a print and then it's gone. You find some poop that's fresh and it's gone. We all know how fast these deer move. They could be a mile in a couple minutes, and they do it quiet too. So it's kind of just luck of the draw, to be honest. We're putting in the time. That's all we can do. Whether it's walking, trucking, we having a hard go. Okay, so another morning hunting, and what is the definition of insanity? It's trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Isn't that right, honey? Yeah. So we're gonna go somewhere else. We're gonna pack up the rover, get it on the barge, and go to another inlet. Hopefully there's room at a dock there, and we can get unloaded and get a deer. We've only got one more day for our trip, and we've got to head home. So we're heading home tomorrow. So we got one more night, I should say. Yeah. Wish us luck.
With this quick relocation, we are all feeling positive. As Jay leaves the dock, we take in the natural beauty, feeling like nothing could possibly go wrong from here. Wow, was I in for a surprise.
All right, we're up against everything. There's no deer. We got a flat tire. My wife's sick, and we almost killed the Land Rover. But we're gonna go try a new spot, see if we can go get stuck in some snow. If we don't get a deer, we'll have a good story anyway. Apparently there's orcas already, so that might be a blessing for us. Take that as a sign from someone. I don't know. Anyway, I got to thinking, I've been wearing the same pair of socks for about 3 days. Maybe that's our problem. What do you guys think? Do you have any goofy superstitions? I thought they were my favorite socks, but at this point, I'm definitely going to put on some new ones.
We just seized a motor traveling to a new location, and we got a lot of smoke going on. Dad is ahead of us by a bit with the Arancy and the rover, and he's coming back. So we'll have assistance in a bit.
Yikes.
Not ideal.
No.
We're not turning.
No.
Don't push it. Dad's coming.
Yeah, well, I think we totally just cooked a motor. That Cummins swap I've been talking about might be happening sooner than we think.
Oh boy.
Let's just make sure we're safe because I can't even see in here right now.
Yeah, the smoke's kind of an iffy situation.
I think we're safe. There's nothing on fire.
Well, that's good.
Just gonna let it cool down though in case it runs. That's huge. I wanted to get the fluid circulating. Now we gotta get all the windows open and let it cool off. It's just fucking hot.
Wow.
The front big one?
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. We gotta go bow line to my anchor. I'll get over. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I smell coolant.
It's good. We're not taking on water and nothing looks like it's on fire. So that's a solid win. So now that things have calmed down a little bit and we can all laugh about me potentially just killing one of my motors, I'll show you what we're up against. Sounds like we're still going hunting. I mean, why ruin Jay's weekend, right? We've got everything we need. I've got one motor. The port motor still fires up. The temp's still pegged. I've been kind of firing it up here and there as it cools down. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, but we'll figure that out another time, maybe even tonight when we're gone. So how's that for a trip though? We've had a flat tire. We almost killed the rover. We've killed a motor on the boat. And what else did we do? We had another problem. Chelsea's sick. Right, that is a big problem. I don't know how I missed that. Sorry, honey. I don't know why we don't just travel like this anyway. We got the whole fucking crew tied together. I've never had a Land Rover this close to the back of my boat. But yeah, circumstances could be better. I know some of you are probably thinking that's a twin engine boat. Why do you need to raft up? Well, yeah, I can get home on my one other engine, but being that they're offset, it's really hard to go straight.
Being rafted up like this has its own challenges. Cruising isn't so bad, but maneuvering at slow speeds is a bit quirky. To help us get our floating party to the dock, Jay uses his radio here to tell me when to engage my starboard engine into gear, and when to get it out of gear.
Spot, see what we can find.
Look at this. This is insane. Pretty cool. Right on. We're too early at this spot. The roads are deactivated and there's really nowhere to walk. It's so grown in, and there's no mature forest nearby to walk through. So if you guys know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But basically it's just a challenge to find a place you can hunt, let alone finding a deer. So anyway, happy hunting. Chelsea's sick as hell, so she called in sick for work on Monday. We might get an extra day. There's no point in her being sick at home, sick on the boat. Yeah, she's not thrilled about that. I think she'd rather be at home. Okay, we got my starboard motor running on Blue Eyes, and we've got single screw on Aaron C. She's fired up and going too. I'm at about 1500 RPM. I don't know what Jay's at, probably something similar. We're cruising 6 knots. My port motor runs. We haven't even had time to look at it. We're just trying to burn every hour of daylight hunting because we have limited time. Just life. That's why limited time. I'm not dying or nothing that I know of, but that's our time limit's a couple days, and we better hunt in the daylight because that's all that's legal. Poaching's not cool. And we gotta slow down so our skiff can catch up. I can't quite jump that far, and our dinner is in one of those coolers. So we're probably an hour and a half from our next destination. So we're gonna cook up some dinner on the fly here. right, guys, we're signing off for today, and we'll be back in the morning hunting. But you gotta look at this. I'm gonna miss it. It's just insanity. We're in another world here. It's just beautiful.
In gear. Good.
Aha! As expected. There's our problem. Missing a belt. That's our water pump alternator.
Rude.
We've got our raw water pump still on there, but we're missing our engine water. Honestly, we might have got really lucky because this thing fired right up still. It seems to run fine.
So you've got belts here and you're gonna put one on?
Yeah, we're gonna put a spare belt on. Make some hot water at least tonight with this motor, because this is plumbed to our hot water tank and the other one's not. And we've fully let this one cool down now. And I've had a fairly hot and stressful day, so I'm ready for a shower.
Yeah, I bet. Ooh, belts on.
Yeah, I've got a spare belt put on. We're gonna top up coolant because I think we just pissed it all out, the overflow when it boiled over.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're kind of not on a great water situation, as you may have seen earlier in this video. So, luckily we had some jugs of coolant on the boat. Really hope we didn't spring a leak. That would be pretty likely for how hot this got. I'm thinking head gasket or a burnt or burst hose or something, maybe before the cap let go. But I can still see fluid in this tank, so we're not losing everything we got, which is a good start. I think really we're just gonna have to see if it runs, see how bad it smokes.
Some of our precious water.
Yeah, I worked hard for this water.
Good thing we got it.
Yeah. We might have to grab some water on our hunting adventure tomorrow. To find a nice creek. Oh!
Casualties.
Not precious enough, I guess.
Oh, shit. Yeah, here we go.
I don't really like how much I'm seeing the coolant moving in here, because it's kind of, to me, from a truck background, indicating that I'm making air bubbles from the engine. But I think what's happening is the water's actually flowing through this and just coming right out here, because it's not smoking anything extra. Probably got some air out. You could see it do a big burp when I first fired it up. So we'll top that up and call it a win for now.
I mean, it
Until next time.
didn't fill the boat with smoke this time.
No, I'm pretty happy with that.
And you got your new belt installed.
Yeah, we got new water pump alternator belt
Awesome.
there. And I think we're...
Try it out tomorrow or whenever
we'll
we
see.
go home.
Yeah, we'll stay close to the tugboat.
Yeah. Don't let him get out of sight. Okay.
Cool. Okay, we're on our third morning. Blue Eyes has 2 engines running. Doesn't seem to have hurt the motor. 250 degrees is pretty fucking hot, but I believe it's got a safety switch and turned itself off. And it's purring like a kitten. We're charging up the batteries. We had a real warm night. I slept great. I think Chelsea slept really good because she's coming hunting this morning. She's missed 2 now. 2 morning hunts, so I'm gonna say it one more time. Let's go get a fucking deer. morning 3 and we're up against it all this trip. The weather's just way too calm. Deer, they're gonna hear us coming for miles, and it's foggier than shit, so our visibility's like 80 feet in front of us. Not to mention these trees are a lot bigger since the last time we were here, so places we used to walk, it's just not even viable anymore. Oh well.
What's the verdict?
Okay, we're getting a little fired up again. I saw a doe pretty well first thing today, and I just saw another deer. Didn't get to confirm if it had antlers or not. Man, we spooked the thing from like 200 yards. It's just, look at behind me. It's absolutely beautiful out. There's no wind. Chelsea's cold, getting over her sickness, out here like a trooper. But man, I can't believe we spooked that deer from so far. I could have shot it in the butthole, but I couldn't tell if it was a doe or a buck. So anyway, we're all excited about deer again. We saw 2 today, so we're out marching around, trying not to die on this bluff. Yeah, beautiful day though. It's pretty cool walking in these old forests. They're not as old as you think. There's 100-200 years of logging history out here, so you never know what you're gonna find. There's some cool trinkets and treasures out here. Not to mention, this is beautiful. Like, look at this moss, like walking in a carpet, on a carpet, whatever. You guys ever walk in a carpet?
This wraps up our last full day. Tomorrow morning is our bonus round. At least for me. Chelsea is still getting sicker, so she's going to stay back at the boat for this last opportunity of the trip. I had one plan in mind this next morning, and that was to go back to exactly where I saw that unconfirmed buck. Or was it?
Oh, what a rush. I just shot my first buck and I missed the first shot and he just sat there and stared at us. I thought he was a stump. I stared at him for 30 seconds. Jay saw him too and he finally stopped and I said, "That's not a fucking deer, is it?" And he said, yeah, I got my binos out. Wow, let's go see how far he got.
Yeah, get a picture of him.
All right, this is a warning for you anti-hunters and animal lovers. If you don't like dead animals, don't watch this next minute or so. What a beauty.
Down towards the Jeep.
You can see the truck. We're what, 100 yards, 85 yards?
First one.
First one. That's a beauty.
Let's get him down and dressed so we can go get another one.
Yeah, you bet. It's early morning still.
You bet.
So then it finally happened. Jay showed me how to field dress a deer, officially this time. There was a bit of an effort getting the big guy back to the rover through the Christmas trees, but we made it. Telling Chelsea went exactly how I expected. She was jealous, but so happy for me. We packed up the deer, loaded the rover, and rafted home. Jay's weather camera even caught our arrival when we pulled in. Sonia already had fires going and soup on the stove in both households. This whole thing was a group effort, and I'm beyond grateful for this lifestyle, these new opportunities, and this family that I married into. Happy hunting, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and also, for our last misfortune, I'm getting Chelsea's sickness now.